Welcome back to the channel, guys. So here we have hit monsoons and we are facing a very high humidity situation all over, which is extremely bad for the guitars. To give you a perspective, I just switched off the air conditioning. We are having a 25.8 degrees reading and a 52% humidity in the room. So there's a small meter out here. We'll see how it moves with the air conditioning switched off as we speak. Now, when it comes to basses or electric guitars, I'm going to talk specifically about electric guitars and electric basses here. All of this is applicable for the acoustic guitars also, but I'm pretty sure there are some additional points for the acoustic guitars, which I may not be aware of because we both are not acoustic players. Yeah. So, there are four distinct problems that you're going to face during monsoons or during high humidity environment when it comes to your electric guitars and basses. And what we're going to do in this video is understand those problems and come out with simple maintenance solutions to avoid the same when you're storing the guitars. Now, the four problems which you will face, and the reason I'm doing this video is to educate Shiv because this is his first monsoon after he started playing the bass, so he needs to learn the maintenance of his instruments. That's the reason I was just downloading this to him and thought I'll make a video of it. Yeah. First problem, you will see the neck moving. 80% of the cases, the neck moving forward. We'll come to the reason to that later. Second, you'll see your strings rusting out and wearing out very, very soon. The third problem is related to the electronics. Because of the higher humidity, you will have problems in your contact points and in your jacks and all those places. The fourth problem is basically the fingerboard or anywhere in the guitar, especially if you're not playing it, you will see fungal growth happening on the fretboard itself. So these are the four main problems we're going to discuss and as to how to counter the same. Number one, before we get into all the problems, if you're not playing the guitar regularly, keep it in the case. So here we have a studio, we hang out and jam pretty much on a daily basis. Yeah. So we have our guitars out and we monitor the room in terms of temperature and the humidity. But despite of that, we face problems. So you need to be very careful about your instruments. Now, when it comes to the neck, point number one. When it comes to the neck moving up or down is purely related to humidity. And you will see that maple necks are a little more sturdier as compared to a mahogany neck. So I have 1, 2, 3 mahogany necks and 2 maple necks out at this point in time. So my wrists are equal. So because of the humidity, the wood kind of tends to expand and this is I think this is the science behind it. But because of the expansion and the humidity absorption by the wood, the tension put through by the strings is going to move your neck a little ahead. So you'll see the action kind of going a little up. Don't fret too much. As long as you keep your humidity levels under control, it should come back. If you're not playing, keep it in the case. Try to put one of these meters. All the things, maintenance things which I'm talking about, I'm going to leave a link of that down below for you to check out. So the neck, you'll see a movement. You can either adjust the truss rod, or if it's not too much, don't fret. So once the season changes, it should come back normal. Precaution, keep your humidity levels under control. If you don't have a humidity control place, if you sleep in an air-conditioned bedroom, keep your guitar there. So the humidity levels are automatically low. The humidity that you need to target is less than 60% for the guitar to be healthy. Second problem, string rusting. I have my telly here. I don't know whether it can be seen in the camera. The strings are pretty black, whereas these guitars not that much. Now, the way you avoid string rusting is, there are two things you can do. I tend to use stainless steel strings on some of my guitars. So if you like the tone, you can either use stainless steel strings, which do not face too much of rusting, or else a simple trick is use something like a GHS Fast Frets, or what I have here is, I have a string cleaner, and in between the string cleaner, I have mineral oil. So basically, all I'm doing is rubbing the strings after cleaning, that is, after you play, clean it off with a dry cloth. Don't use any fibrous material so that it doesn't stick onto the strings. use something like this with a little bit of oil. If it's a rosewood fretboard like my Les Paul here, it's fine. If it's a maple fretboard like its base, make sure that the oil doesn't touch the fretboard, but on the top of the springs, you can just give it a wipe with a little bit of oil in it. So that what that is going to do is it's going to make your springs last longer. And the way it protects the spring is it avoids contact with humid air. So there'll be very little rusting. That's the springs. The third part, your contacts. So your contacts typically will act funny. So some switches won't work or your contact jack won't work. This is the magic bullet, WD-40. So wherever there is a humidity related problem, if it's a jack which is giving you trouble, all you need to do is spray some WD-40 onto that and clean the jack out. It should basically solve out the issue. Similarly for the switches. So if it's a switch problem, you just spray on the switch. So it basically releases or takes out the humidity from that area. Lifesaver, you need, every guitar player or a bass player needs to have a can of WD-40. That's basically the contact issue. Now the fourth issue, the fretboard. You will see, especially it looks very annoying on a rosewood fretboard because it's visible. So you'll see fungus or dust accumulating, fungus accumulating because the air is humid. It's a conducive environment for fungus to grow. And we're talking about humidity. When we started the video, we were at 52. We're already at 57%. And in monsoons, in a non-climate controlled room, it can go up to 95%, which is dangerous for the guitars. Fungus, there are two ways you can clean it. If you don't oil your fretboard regularly, now is a good time to start. I have a mixture here. I make my own conditioner. You can use any of the conditioners available in the market. It's a little bit of, I like to maintain a 1:10. So it's pure lemon oil, which is acidic in nature. So you need to be careful about using it raw. I use 10% lemon oil with 90% mineral oil and make a fretboard conditioner out of it. Now what this is going to do is, when you oil the fretboard and dry it out, there are other videos which exactly show you how oiling is done. It's going to avoid again contact with the air, and the acidic environment provided by the lemon oil kind of basically creates a negative environment for the fungus to grow. Mineral oil I buy because of all these guitars here. I don't buy the smaller bottles. I buy the big bottle of mineral oil, which I keep in the studio all the time. Even maple fretboard, occasionally you can use this mixture, but maple fretboards do not typically like oiling. And you'll see the fungus problem actually happening more on rosewood fretboards. Or I have a Jatoba also here. So my Les Pauls are rosewood. There's a maple, there's a Jatoba, and again a maple. You can occasionally apply oil on a maple fretboard, but be careful about it. Rosewood, no problem. As a principle to avoid the fungal problem, always keep some good cleaning material with you. Clean off your guitar even if you're not playing it, especially if you're playing it. After every time you play, get into a habit of wiping off the guitar fully. Clean off the fretboard. You can put the cloth in between and just make sure that all the sweat, all the gunk, all the the unwanted material from the fretboard is gone. Clean it up fully and keep it in the case, or if you're keeping it in the stand, keep it in an airy place where the humidity is under control. So these are the 4 points which I wanted to cover in today's video. And of course, for better shine and always you can find humidity settling on the surface of the guitar also. What you can actually do is use some kind of a polish to polish off the guitar surface, maybe once a month or once in 2 months or whatever, as you feel. It depends upon how much you play. So as long as there's a coat of polish on the body of the guitar, chances are bright that the humidity related damage that is caused on the guitar is reduced to minimum. So these are the things that he's also learning. He's going to do it on his pace. And I thought if this video was helpful by any standards, guys, we keep on doing all these crazy geekery. So please subscribe to the channel and have fun. Rock on. Thank you.